the programming. I'm Chase Ingram.
I'm Captain America.
And along with me is Bill Grundler.
Wolverine.
I was worried. I gotta say, I was worried strike 3 was coming. And before we even get into the weeds and into the details, because we're going to talk about the in-affiliate online individual semifinal events that just got released. What was it? Yesterday or Monday?
Monday, because we were freaking out that we were going to have to go on Tuesday.
I was like, oh, do we got to go?
Can we do it? Can we do it? I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, we let Shut Up and Scribble did their thing. Rich Froning podcasted their thing, and now we're going to do our thing. And we're going to.
What was your first comment? I think the first comment between me, you, and JR was, "Thank God."
Finally. Because listen, I hate being critical on this show all the time. Because then I just feel like we're being negative and we're complaining. And we're never complaining because we're not bitching to bitch, complaining to complain. Because what it is complaining and bitching is like, that's stupid. I don't like that.
I don't like it because it's dumb.
Yeah.
I don't like it because it's dumb.
It's like, no, I don't like this because of this. And here's what you could have done to offset this.
Yeah.
That's called critique. But even that gets exhausting. It gets exhausting on our end to talk about that. I love talking about fun things on this show. We're fun guys, Bill.
I like to think I'm pretty fun.
But if they would just get their shit together so I don't have to be a dick all the time.
Well, dude, that's what I said. I said, I am so tired. Like if anyone was to see what my CrossFit flag looked like, that I have to keep picking up out of the mud in the dog shit on a regular basis. Like I'm like every time, there it comes in, whack right down into the puddle again.
So me throw Bill a bone, please.
And so this is what's going to be really interesting to me is, okay, so like our initial out, you can tell, like we're already like, okay, cool. Are we saying cool? This is what I think is going to be interesting. Are we saying that it's cool because it's really good, or because it's been compared to literally piles of dog shit that have been over here?
Is she hot because she's hot, or is she hot because she's standing around 10 fat chicks?
And it's 1:30 at night, and everyone's drunk.
And I'm 10 beers deep, lonely. Is she that kind of hot?
Right. So I'm interested. I purposely haven't relooked at all the stuff because I want to be able to have that I want to be able to really preview it that way myself.
Yeah.
So I know you've been doing the slides and stuff.
No, it's good. Yeah, we're going to talk about the workouts, the events, the tests, events. They're events. We're competing.
Thanks, Beck. Appreciate that, dude.
What do you say?
Saying that we're not just complaining.
Oh, thanks, Beck. And thank you for joining in the conversation at all times. All of you guys, right? Like, we talk a lot. We've been doing this for a long time. The podcast has been 5 years, like we said last episode. Me and Bill have been doing CrossFit 15, nearly 20 years separately.
Yeah. I was going to say, you talking about only me?
Yeah, separately. Because I'm on year 16 now. 16? 17? This year's 17 for me.
Okay.
I started in 08.
I started 2002.
Late 08. You started 2002?
Yeah.
Damn, I thought we were closer than that.
Well, 2002, there was a little bit of a gap in there, but that's when I was first introduced to it. And like 2004 and 2005 is when I was there.
Is she a deployment 10 or an actual 10? That's great.
But yeah, I mean, a long time, man.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Right? But at the end of the day, opinions. Educated opinion.
I like to think so.
Toot my own horn.
I like to say that.
Yeah. But we try to be as objective and analytical as possible. Emotions come into play because we're passionate about programming. It's the namesake for the show. We dove into this niche for a reason.
That's right. Stick to what we're good at, right?
Stick to what we're good at. Yeah, maybe we'll talk about some other things, but there's a reason why we don't talk about everything in the space because that's just not our place.
Yeah.
That's just not our place. But Bill, before we get there, I told you I was going to share something on the show, and I almost forgot what it was. One, it's storming like crazy. I am team thunderstorm. Like, you get a good, hard rain with lightning and thunder. I just want to turn off every, power appliance in my home except for maybe the air conditioning, and just sit and just soak it in. I love
it. If I cannot stand gray, I cannot stand drizzle, but, like, if it's gonna rain hard and
Yeah, like make a
thunder,
decision.
yeah, for that sort of thing, the bigger the storm for me, the better, and I think a lot of that it's just really cool because we don't get that all the time, but, like, when I was in fire, we would be very busy during that time, and
Ooh,
it
yeah.
was busy doing fun stuff, like, where there's, floods and there's mudslides and there's, like, all these weird sort of things, so I always get kinda, like, excited.
Yeah.
Just grab my coffee and I'm like, "Okay, cool, I'm good." But if it's gray like it is here right now, it's just gray and boring,
And cold for
and
you.
I'm pissed.
Cold for Bill. Let me just preface that because the
Cold for
number's like
me.
56 or
I
something.
I have a range. It's about I'm good between, like, 61 and 73.
Right.
That's yeah,
Yeah.
that's about it. Other than that,
Uh,
I suck.
yeah, I'm the make a decision weather kind of guy. Like be sunny or be terrible, but
Exactly.
actionably terrible. We had a wish-washy day, which turned out great because my son got to play his last soccer game of the season.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Oh, I know what I'm here to talk about the weather. Breaking news, not breaking news. This is not that big of a deal, but I think it's cool. Next week, if you guys are affiliate owners and you have access to the affiliate toolkit and you follow CAP programming, you guys get another week of me next week.
That's right.
So I got asked by the programming team to program a week of CAP. So they gave me some buffer lanes. Like one of them was, I mean, you guys can already see it, but they're like, you have to program Cindy this week because they're doing this like Murph prep cycle, which I know you have feelings about.
I don't like it.
I know you have feelings about.
Yeah.
I would say I'd rather be people be more specifically prepared for Murph than less, given the two options.
General physical preparedness, but that's cool.
You can't trust everybody to generally physically prepare people the right way, Bill. So
you mean like you mean they can't trust them to do CrossFit?
Listen, that's why you guys should follow CAP or know what you're doing or listen to this show. All right. But next week, if you guys do follow CAP, you get a whole week of my programming. Now it's 6 days a week, so it's Monday through Saturday, and they take off Sunday, which is fine. Some people were like, "Oh, why can't we have 7 days?" Like, do it yourself, or take a day off.
Well, I think that's good because we've talked about that. A rest day is mandatory. It's in the ingredient list of what we do as CrossFit. 3 on, 1 off. Like that was like, if you want to talk CrossFit and you want to talk all the things and you want to talk about general physical preparedness and all of the things, you're supposed to have a day off so that you can keep the intensity high. Intensity is important. Intensity is the key. Can't have it if you're just burned out.
Wait, you don't want to do low intensity interval training, Bill?
Oh, I want to do a what do they call it? Active recovery half marathon.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I just did a 2-hour active recovery jog. I'm like, you ran a marathon?
Right.
A half marathon? So yes, so you guys will get my programming for next week. We'll do the same thing we did last time is we'll pull up the programming. We'll do it next week, but we'll pull up the programming, go through it. The what's, the whys, the hows, the what I did like, what I didn't like, just for my own doing. I critique myself. And there's the other thing that we're talking about is like Bill and I critique ourselves by ourselves daily with what we program.
Yeah.
We're equal opportunity.
Totally.
So, but yeah, that'll be next week. So I hope you guys like it. There's 2 that I love that are on there. There's one that's just kind of a must outside of, I would say the one I had to program, they're like, you got to program Cindy. So I only had to program 5 workouts. There's one on there that I know looks like the most boring, bland workout, but it will be the worst one of all of them.
Isn't that how they always are?
Yes.
That's like the second rule of CrossFit. The ones that you think you're like, that's all it's going to be.
Yeah.
That's the one that will hand you your ass in a nice wrapped box. Here you go. Enjoy.
Yes. It is. The way it reads on paper, I think in my video, I was like, listen, guys, I know this isn't the coolest thing you guys have ever seen. In fact, probably none of you want to do it. And it's like, but that's exactly the reason why you probably should. For all the reasons you think it's dumb and you don't want to do, those are actually all the reasons why you should. So, but we'll go through that next week. We are here to talk about the.
Can't they make up a cool acronym name, like, and fit the words into it? Like,
I don't
call
know.
it the shot, and it's the SHO
IPQE.
something cool, because these
Online
titles get very
individual.
long.
Yeah, it's in affiliate, but people kept correcting me for in affiliate like ridiculously. So now I refuse to call it in affiliate. So this is just me being a brat. Because it is online. Like, you can call it an affiliate because you want to like make it sound like something more than it is. It's online. It's online competition. That's what it is. You do it in the affiliate, but it's not, stop trying to like make it cooler than it is. It's like saying unhoused versus homeless.
All those words are dumb.
Yeah. Just call it what it is. Stand by it. It's online. Yeah. But Bill, they've been released. We've got a chance to look at them. We'll go event by event. I have decided that before I show the tab and maybe some of the wording in the score sheet, we'll just play the video since that's what screwed us up so much last time. So I hope it does play. But we're going to go event by event, and then you guys just let us know what you think. Let me know if you can hear this.
Yep.
Individual semifinal workout 1 is as many rounds and reps as possible in 15 minutes of 3 muscle-ups, 3 back squats, and a 30-foot handstand walk. After completing each round, athletes will add 3 reps to the muscle-ups and 3 reps to the back squats. Your score will be the total number of repetitions completed inside the 15 minutes. For the official workout description, movement standards, and scorecard, visit games.crossfit.com.
Nice. Or just stick around here. Here we go. All right, Bill, event number 1. We'll go event by event. Obviously, you can do these in any order. We'll maybe tackle that subject at the end. But 15-minute AMRAP, 3 ring muscle-ups, 3 back squats at 275 and 185, which are decent weights between men and women.
Dude, I saw this one. When I saw this one, I was like,
yeah, finally, like some
thanks, guys.
And then a 30-foot handstand walk, 15 feet out, 15 feet back, a lot like the lunges were in 25.1. Mm-hmm. And then each round, the muscle-ups and squats will go up by 3. The handstand walk will stay the same. Things that I love right off the bat. Heavy weight for high-volume reps, high-skill gymnastics for high-volume reps. And then you have this little thing that can get overlooked a little bit, but it fixes the problem we had in the age group online qualifier, is that now you have this 30-foot handstand walk that may seem like nothing and could be nothing later on down the line because you're getting more reps in between.
Yeah.
But it comes back multiple times, and it doesn't let any fatigue that is being compounded by the ring muscle-ups and the back rack of the squat as far as it pertains to the shoulder. It just makes everything harder. Because I don't think people know that if they haven't done high volume back squats, regardless of the weight, lights up and greatly fatigues the back of your shoulders and triceps just sitting in that position as well as the front.
See, I know that you're really good at looking at those kind of things. I don't necessarily feel that myself, and I don't know. Maybe it's because I have good shoulder mobility. I'm not really sure, or maybe because I do a little bit more of a low bar back squat. Maybe
that could be it.
But with that being said, I think that. I mean, so I threw the 30-foot handstand walk for the age group one. I threw it in after every movement. So I did a lot more. And what I found was just like what you were saying, you think that like the 30 feet is not going to be a big deal.
Right.
But then all of a sudden, like you're on your hands a lot. Your breathing is different when you're walking on your hands. going from the ring muscle up to then being under the load of the back squat, and then having to as you're walking, like, you're gonna feel, I mean, you will feel fine on the first handful of rounds, totally. But once you're under the bar for a while, that I have to get on my hands and breathe weird for, whatever, 30 seconds or whatever, that, like, it will take its toll.
I really like this one.
I'm impressed with this one. Like, I like it a lot, and I'm excited on one hand, and this is only the first event. I'm excited on one hand and very irritated on the other hand, because it's like, how do you get it so well here?
Yeah, does it make you more mad that they just showed you that
yes.
they can do it and have not actively done it since the beginning of the opener?
Dude, 100%. 100%.
Okay.
Like, how this one is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so, I like the way that it builds. I like the time frame that it's in. This is something that, okay, you have generally everyone that qualified in the 1%, like, okay, everyone can do these movements now. Now it's like, let's see how good you are at them. And that's exactly what this should be. It doesn't have to be the heaviest squat.
Right.
Beck, I am mad that I like it this much. And it's very confusing to my inner soul right now, because I really like it, and it really bothers me that I don't like so many of the other ones. So yeah,
I'm with you.
This one's great, dude. It's beautiful. It's even drawn out nice.
It's drawn out wonderfully. Right off the bat, this might be the most balanced test of the 5.
Okay.
Because you've got ring muscle ups, which is gymnastic guy. And you've got back squats at 275 and 185, 4 reps under fatigue, which is strength stamina guy.
Yep.
Gymnastic ring, high volume, high skill stamina, back squat, grunt work, stamina, and strength. And then you just throw this handstand walk in there to just never give anybody a break.
Right.
And you got to do it while you're tired. Easy in the beginning. It might almost seem like a worthless movement, but different than what we saw in the age group one, where it was just 3 of these interspliced between 90 toes to bar, 90 pull-ups, and 90 burpees over a dumbbell, where it was an actual waste of time.
Okay, well, think about it, though. Like, how far are people going to be getting into this?
Okay, so what? 3 muscle, like round 1,
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30 is 10 rounds.
Right. I mean, just getting to 15 is 45 reps of each.
Right.
Just getting to 15. So that's 5 rounds. Now, okay, 3-3, unbroken. 6-6, unbroken. 9-9,
unbroken.
Muscle ups are probably going to be unbroken for the men, maybe start to have breaking for the women. Squats are still the squats. Right, but up to that point, okay, that's 18 total. Now you get to 12 and 12. People are going to have to start breaking on the rings.
They will, for sure. In fact, I think that would be a smart move to do.
Yes, because you don't get a break in the back rack position. You get heavily stressed. Not everybody, it's not a blanket statement, but just weight sitting on the traps by itself fatigue the shoulders. That's just what happens when you fatigue the traps. And now you got to kick upside down after you've used the pull and the press on the rings. You've sat there under tension for 12 reps at that weight after doing 15 already. I mean, that's not going to take 30 seconds.
No.
I mean, just sit there and hold a bar on your back at 275 for 30 seconds to tell me how fresh you feel, let alone doing the squats. And then you got to go do the handstand walk. And now you're back to the rings for 15.
And I mean, it's easy to think about the muscle fatigue, but I think once you start getting up into the sets of 12, the 15, for a lot of people, if they're like, okay, I'm the big, strong athlete, I'm just going to hold on to this thing and rep it out. You start pulling your central nervous system into that. And then that will start to tax all of your coordination. Yeah. So maybe you got the good swing, but all of a sudden now, like the handstand walks, your athleticism is going to be challenged a little bit if you're really pushing it. So like I see people going unbroken longer on the squats than I do on the rings.
Yes.
Because I think it's easier. You can grunt through it. Like you're not going to fail. No one's going to fail these. You know what I mean?
Dude, but 15 at 275.
No, well, I'm just saying I think that they will go longer.
Yeah.
For sure. They
Yeah,
will go unbroken longer on that. But that balance, this is where your strategies really come well into play. It's like, okay, you can do that unbroken. Should you do that unbroken? Like maybe it would be smart to do sets of 3s on the ring muscle ups all the way through. Same thing on like the back squats, because you keep the rest down, you keep that mark down. It sounds stupid for the first 3-4 rounds,
right?
But it doesn't sound stupid for when you get past that.
Things to think about when it comes to that is I say this a lot on broadcasts, is it doesn't matter when you break. It matters how many times you do over the course of your event. More so, it matters how long you rest when you take those breaks. So say like I'm doing 3s the whole way through on ring muscle ups, but I'm taking just a short 5 to 10 second break. Okay, I do that at 6. All right, 10-second break. All right, then I do it at 9. Okay, that's 20 seconds total. Maybe not. I'm over guessing here. Well, then at 12, I'm just keeping those 10 seconds.
Yep.
We get to the round of 15. Say you've gone unbroken through 9. Well, when we get to the round of 10 and you break, most likely that is not going to be a strategic break for rest purposes. It's like, I have to break here strategically because I am getting really tired. That's not going to be a 10-second break. Maybe it's a 15. And then when that happens in the round of 15, maybe those are 15 again, and now all is square. Yeah. You only broke 3 times, but you've rested a total of 45 seconds. I've broken 5 times, but I've only rested 50.
Yep. And that needle's not even close to the red at that point.
Sarah, who do you guys think is going to win this one? I think Justin has a good shot. I don't, but you never know. If you guys want to make your guesses, go to the Heat 1 app, because you guys can play over there as far as who you think is going to do well, who you think is going to win, who's going to be in your top. So make sure you guys check out the Heat 1 app and play their fantasy CrossFit game. It's always super fun, and I'll answer those questions there. You can just copy me, since I always do so well on these things. Anything else on event 1 for you? I've got nothing to add.
No, it's nothing.
Nothing to add. Okay. All right. Well, in that case, we will move on to semifinal workout 2.
Individual semifinal workout number 2 is for time. Dumbbell overhead walking lunges and GHD sit-ups. Athletes will complete 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, and finally 2 repetitions of each movement. Your score will be the total time taken to complete all of the repetitions. There is a 20-minute time cap for this event. If you do not complete all the repetitions inside the time cap, your score will be the total number of repetitions completed. For the official workout description, movement standards, and scorecard, visit games.crossfit.com.
Hey, before you move on, can you scrub forward to the GHD standard?
Oh, they have standards on here?
Well, that's what I want to find out if they do.
Okay.
Before the workout starts, place a tape line off of the center of the GHD. Mark a second line 5 feet away from the center line of the GHD to establish the lunge track. The lunge track must be at least 5 feet from the GHD for safety. Make sure the camera is set up in a way so that all lunges are visible clearly on camera. Gymnastics grips are not allowed during this workout. Each rep begins with the dumbbells in the overhead position, the feet together, and the hips and legs extended. The dumbbells must remain overhead. A full grip around the handle of the dumbbell must be maintained. The trailing knee must make contact with the ground at the bottom of each lunge before returning to full hip and leg extension. The athlete does not need to stop at the top of each rep, but both the legs and hips must be fully extended if the athlete steps through. The rep is credited when the dumbbells are overhead and the hips and knees are fully extended. There is no requirement to alternate after each step.
Oh.
The dumbbells may not be pressed or held together in the overhead positions. Repetition pressed or held together in the overhead position. The dumbbells may not be pressed or held together in the overhead positions.
Wait, what was
together in the overhead positions.
Just checking.
Wait,
Repetitions
so
where the dumbbells are held or pressed together will not count.
Okay.
Resting the head of the dumbbells in the hand is not allowed.
Good Lord.
See, okay, no.
Overhead,
This is important to me. Like, let's stop for a second.
For example, during the
Listen to all of the things that they're saying that you can and cannot do, what must happen, not what may happen. They're very specific about the dumbbells must stay overhead. The dumbbells cannot be held this way. The handles have to be grabbed. Like, these are things they want you to do in exact thing with very specific language, except for.
Yes. Which I don't want to talk 30 minutes.
And we're not going to talk, but I'm just saying I just want to make that.
I have a feeling Spin tonight will address the we'll touch on it.
Well, we just gave him because he's here. So you can take all my words on that, Spin. So that's my thing right there. But I want to see what they say, because I didn't look at it yet for the GHC, because we talked about this. Like,
touches are okay.
Like
You're explaining my high school dating life.
I want to see what they say is okay for the GHC. I know you got to touch the ground, you got to touch the pads, but where does the butt have to be?
All right, well, let's see. Let's see if we can find it. Still so many things on the lunge. Oh, here it is.
If you have a GHD that exceeds the height requirement, you may touch an elevated target that creates the correct distance. The athlete may choose any setting on the GHD as long.
Hold on. I love how there was nobody in the picture here.
Just a dead dog.
And the dog, and then they cut to him on the GHD. Dog hasn't moved.
Not even moved.
Not even turned his head. Oh, somebody walked by me and got on this piece of machine.
Height. If you have a GHD that exceeds the height requirement, you may touch an elevated target that creates the correct distance. The athlete may choose any setting on the GHD as long as the hips are at or beyond the center point of the pad. Each rep, to include the first rep of each round, begins with both hands touching the.
With legs extended or legs bent?
Wait, which way beyond which way?
Beyond the center, the apex of the pad.
So here's the center of the pad, towards the feet or away from the feet.
Well, I'm sure it's
foot pads. Then touch the ground or the designated riser with both.
All right.
I'm just saying. The same thing as feet together on the V-up.
Yeah. All right. Well, notes, time stops, tie breaks, standards. Okay, we don't have standards. All right.
Just one.
Now, things that I didn't know right off the bat. When I first saw this, I was like, because I didn't read the S at the end of dumbbells.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was one. I was like, oh, all right. Because as excited as was event one, I was like, all right, that's more their speed. Yeah, not great. And then I saw two, and I was like, holy shit.
Right.
110 GHD sit-ups. It's 110 walking lunges. Overhead and that is a robust back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay, because just like, say, I was talking about the squat back rack position messing with shoulder stamina, the GHD messes with the leg stamina and the leg stamina with the GHD. Now, with these reps only starting at 20 on the GHD, like the GHD is an afterthought in this format, total afterthought. Mm-hmm. It's just, how do you handle the dumbbells? I love that it's double overhead. I love that it's 70 and 50. The one thing that I can't stand as a programmer is
steps.
Changing distance to steps.
Yeah.
Because if I have the extended range of motion, right? We want to talk about balance. We thought there was not a single person that has a biased advantage in workout one. Ring muscle ups, back squats, handstand walks are a push, right? You've got two athletes that can combat each other. If the best at both, that's the whole point anyways. It wasn't a big person workout or a small person workout. That's event one. Here, the smaller person, right, range of motion, it's different, right? If you You can cycle faster to a certain degree, smaller on the GHD. You're just quicker. Dumbbell overhead walking lunges. If I'm required to do steps, I am actively doing more work than the shorter person. I am traveling more distance per lunge than a smaller person, where now I'm being penalized not by my fitness, purely by the size of my body. And I was watching the Rich Froning podcast, which that thing is just getting better and better.
They are getting.
And they had breaking news that the TFX Invitational will have a live stream, and that'll be in May 15th. I want to say 16th through 18th in Oklahoma City. They will have a live stream, and I will be doing the individual live stream on Saturday and Sunday.
Excellent.
Along with Mr. Angelo DeChico.
I think that'll be good.
I am super excited to work with him.
He's good. He's very natural.
He's awesome. Very good. He's unpolished, but he's like naturally good, because you're only good if you care. That has to be priority number one from a broadcast perspective. If you care about what you're doing, not who is watching what you're doing, there's a difference there. I think Angelo has that. I think he has a very good understanding of programming. He clearly has a great elite understanding of competition, and he's not afraid to give good, strong opinions on things.
Right. He's not. I wouldn't say that he is a yes man to what he thinks should happen, or what the general consensus would be. It's what he thinks is the best.
Yeah, so
that's great. He's awesome. You guys are going to do great. That's going to be fun.
I think so too. It's going to be super fun. And I feel like people will see maybe like he's nowhere near like Taylor.
No,
right?
No.
He has a unfiltered brashness of just like, I'm going to say what I want to say. Maybe like not much of a filter, but people might look at that and not see how serious he takes this.
Dude, I didn't
very seriously.
When they did the Mayhem Classic, I was most impressed with him out of the three. I mean, I know Sean. I know how Sean does his thing. I mean, Sean's always good. Rich was in there too, and I thought that it was fun to listen to them all talk. But I think that Angelo really held himself very well.
Yeah,
for someone that hasn't done anything really like that. I mean, it was good.
Yes, and I don't exactly have the best filter either. Sometimes it gets away from me. I try to be better on broadcast. So I think we're going to make a fun pairing, potentially dangerous pairing.
I mean, I think me and John Young will have a little bit of a competition with you about
let's try to see like who can get the most the most clipped calls between me and Angelo and you and John Young at Syndicate. All right, so back to this.
Okay, so my question then, which you're right. Now, do you think that because it steps in the GHD, the entire thing is range of motion, so your Colton Mertens would win this? Shorter athlete's going to win. And if it was a distance, say length, or however they decided to do the lunge, that would offset the range of motion issue on the GHD?
Yes.
Okay.
And so whatever I may lose time-wise on the GHD just for cycle rate and speed, just because of anthropometrics, I should be able to get it back on the lunge distance because I can cover more ground either easier, in less steps, and or quicker.
Yeah.
The thing that Rich talked about, because the GHD here it's the volume is good. The way it's laid out.
But you hit your big numbers early.
Right. But Rich talked about like 6.42 at the end on a GHD. Now it's like a cycle race. Right? It's like, how quickly can I get on and off of this thing? Like, that's a very good point.
Okay, check this out. Do an up and down ladder. 10-2, 18-4.
Oh.
So you go backwards. So you end up.
Like 20 down to 2, 2 up to 20.
Yep.
I like that. My suggestion would have been 30 to 5 by 5s, which is 105.
Okay.
It's more bulk sets, 30, 25, 20.
Right.
I mean, you're getting 30, 25, 20. You're getting 75 reps in the first 3 rounds. That's hefty. And then the distances, so 30 down to 5, I think is 6 or Yeah, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. 6. What you would do is with the 15-foot marker, right, of your 6, you would go 150, 120, 90, 60, 30, or whatever, right, in distance covered of feet. I think it's 180. So 180, 150, 120, 90, 60, 30.
Oh, yeah. I like that. With the bigger chunks, with the bigger chunks like that, what it does, it allows you to make the lunges more correct with the chunk that you're doing. Like you couldn't do, it would be hard with this many jumps,
right,
to be able to make the lunge distance work.
It's not a transition game,
right?
Especially once you get to 10 here,
which is half the event. Like at the half the event, it's all transition. The 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. I mean, that's geez.
Like 10 steps, that's 30 feet.
Right.
5 down, 5 back. So now your 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 is all less than what we lunged in the open. Now, granted, it's with 2 70-pound dumbbells overhead. I get that. But if I were to have any critique, steps instead of distance, and the number drops are just not enough to change too much. That's it. That being said, I still really like this event.
What I like about it is that they seem to know who they are wanting to show up at the games. Like we've already had a ton of ring muscle ups. We've had a lot of good weighted back squats. And now we have a lot of heavyweight overhead, like the stability for that lunge for 140 pounds overhead with like 270s or 250s. Right. Like you're right. That is, we are designing out the athlete that would be making it to the games. And I like that. That's what I always say that all the time. These things should be picking what that athlete is that's going to look like, that's going to be able to compete in the games.
Right.
What sort of elements do they have? And we're seeing some big ones already.
I mean, when is the last time we did dumbbell overhead lunges with 2 at this weight for this distance? We had in the age group online qualifier, but that was 50, and it was like 20 meters at most a couple years ago.
That was not a lot. That was
like
not
a lot,
tip
right?
of the iceberg, yeah.
We had it with kettlebells at Fibonacci Final, but kettlebells are way easier to hold overhead than dumbbells are, and those are only 53s.
Yep.
So this is,
I like it.
This is beefy.
I like it.
Real beefy. All right. Let's see, Steven, what'd you say? I don't mind the steps. Makes judging easier than rather than drop the dumbbell at some point in a distance. I disagree because you don't have to count. You just watch them with lunge. But, to each their own. And then Avera, am I saying that right? Would you want it around every 15 feet? No, I want it. Which is why I said make it 30.
30.
And I don't care if they're committed to 15 feet. They can do whatever they want. It's their programming. 30 feet is not that much, especially with dumbbells. The barbell, different. In affiliate semifinals, only one person is probably doing this.
Yeah. Unless it's a camp or something, maybe.
Anything else on this one?
No.
We'll analyze this next week, but we're just sharing this. All right, event number 3.
Individual semifinal work.
Oh, let me stop right there. It's heavy, Isabel.
Right.
Okay.
Like it.
I like that they have it. Pay attention to the weights. 275 and 185, comparable relative weights between men and women. 225, 155, great weights between men and women. Some could still argue the women are even getting that much stronger. They can handle more, but at least it's not 145, which is used to be.
Yeah.
All right. Whereas 275 and like 165 is what they used to do for the women. Maybe 175. So 2 for 2 as far as weights, 70s and 50s on the dumbbell. We're 3 for 3. Heavy Isabel. Heavy Isabel. It is what it is.
It is heavy Isabel.
Yeah.
It's not an over heavy Isabel. It's heavy Isabel.
Heavy Isabel, fine. I love how they don't put a 1 rep max in the semifinals for the individuals, and they don't put it in the semifinals for the age groupers. But the teams, you get a 1 rep max, but you don't get to max out.
Yeah.
Whereas, if you just did team heavy Isabel, everybody would be like, yeah, checks. All right, we're all doing the same thing. All right, so. All right, anything on this? I mean, we've seen this at every semifinal. I'm cool with it being online.
I think it's fine. I actually kind of like the fact that everyone is doing it. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm team standard programming. I've
True,
always felt that way.
true.
I like the fact that it's like we see it in all of these in-person events. We've seen it in the age group, and now we're seeing it on the online for the individuals. I think that's good.
Very good point. What, Stephen? What would the weights be for obese Isabel? I don't know if 315 would work. Maybe 275. 275. No time cap. All right. Individual and
Individual semifinal workout 4 is 5 rounds for total repetitions of 10 shuttle runs, 10 clean and jerks, and as many lateral burpees over the bar as possible in the remaining time. Athletes will work for 2 minutes each round and then rest for exactly 1 minute. Your score will be the total number of burpees completed in each round. For the official workout description, movement standards, and scorecard, visit games.crossfit.com.
gross. I think that's the most painful one. It's not even close.
Dude, not even close.
Everyone's like, oh, 30 minutes. No, that's not painful. That's just
that's irritatingly long. Tiring, but it's irritatingly long.
Like event 1 is not painful. It's just exhausting. It's muscle fatigue. Event 1's muscle fatigue. Event 2, the movements they have don't hurt. They're just hard. Heavy Isabel's just singles.
Yeah.
That's tiring. That's stamina. This one sucks.
Yeah.
And what I love about it is that the 2-minute time frame dictates how much it is going to suck for you. Because if this was 3 minutes or even 2.5, like, oh, I don't have to run too fast, and I can be nice and smooth on my clean and jerks and just don't stop on the burpees. Like 2 minutes is not a lot of time to get any burpees in.
Mm-mm.
Like 10 shuttle runs. Down and back is 50, so 10 of those. Down, run back. What is that? What is that taking?
10 is like, no, it'll be about 30 seconds.
30 seconds?
Yeah,
I think down and back at least
45.
takes 6 seconds.
15
times 10? I think,
a minute.
A minute.
A minute.
Okay, now you have 10 clean and jerks. In a row, let's just say 30 seconds. So you have 30 seconds to get as many lateral burpees as you can.
Dude, that's so bad.
And here's why it's bad, because it's only 30 seconds. And every single rep is vital to your success here. If this was 2.5 minutes, then you get a minute of work. No one's sprinting a minute, and you don't have to sprint a minute. But 30 seconds, you have to. And then you only get a minute to rest and then hit it 4 more times.
Yeah.
This
one is so nasty.
All you hear when it's like, oh, it's a minute 10. No, it's 50 seconds. That's why I said a minute, you jackwagons. God.
I will tell you right now that your shuttle run speed and time for minute 1 and 2 is not going to be the same on minute 4 and 5.
True.
So there, guys, average that out a bit.
I really like it. I like that we've had. You could argue the first 3 are very more biased to bigger, stronger athletes. Back squat. All these.
Oh,
the top
other
athletes.
okay.
Let me say for the top athletes,
Okay.
like for your top tier, the one vying for 11 spots to go to the CrossFit Games. The weights and the dumbbells, right? That is a big mobility thing. I'll say this: if I were to pick Justin Medeiros for any event, it would be event number 2. That guy's overhead position is absolutely beautiful. And he's great with the GHD. Like that's a wheelhouse for Justin, in my opinion. This one, it is just how willing are you to, or how much trust you have in your ability to hold on.
Okay, guys, got it. We got it. They're all hacking on my 30-second. I was adding the distances wrong. It's okay.
Hey, I gave Bill shit for it. I just,
I'll
give you guys more shit because I don't know you and you're not here.
It's okay. I'll be the jackwagon. It's fine.
You and you guys can be friends with me for 15 years and know our deepest, darkest secrets, and then tell me how I'm going to treat you then.
Dude, let me ask you this. Do you think that the shuttle run, as shitty as it is, even counts? Like, could you put any other thing in there? Like, what if you just put double unders in there?
I would have much preferred double unders. 100 double unders. Because now you have weightlifting, monostructural, gymnastics all in one. Well, you have it here too with the shuttle runs. I'm not a big shuttle run guy. It's only in here to pre-fatigue the clean and jerks and the burpees, which is what the double unders are technically in there for. But with the double unders, you bring in a skill element that if you mess up, now you're losing. Like every time you mess up on a double under, you lose a potential burpee.
Oh, easily,
every time.
Easily. Dude, 5 seconds? Easily.
Right? And now that's in your head.
Yeah.
I would have preferred double unders because I don't like shuttle runs. Oh, for Avera, what they use 25 feet here. They can't use 15 feet. Just be consistent, people. All right. Let me just throw this out there. There's a lot of lead up to this. I hate the fact that you have 85 pounds for the women.
Yeah, why?
What the hell?
Why?
Not only did you do it,
I wish that was a mistype.
3 rounds in a row, 3 events in a row, you got it right. In the team qualifier, you got it right for wall ball shots because they're all going to 10 feet. And their barbell weight for the first event was 135 and 95. You have fitter people here going to the CrossFit Games and you make it 85 pounds. Why?
That was dumb. That was dumb.
Why?
That was a cut and paste accident.
Oh.
I'm telling you, cut and paste accident. Slipped through the cracks somehow. That was a oops. We missed it. Just leave it.
These are the things that hurt me when I try to be positive and defend the brand, and then you go out and do something like this, and there is no good reason for it, even if you try to give me one. None. You just did it for 3 events in a row, 275 and 185, 70 and 50 on the dumbbells, and then what was the weights we just had?
225, 155.
225 and 155 on snatches. And for Grace weight, you can't even program Grace weight. A benchmark girl workout, 135 and 95 in a CrossFit Games qualifying event that you already did for teams. It seems stupid to be so worked up about this. I understand. But you can't miss things like this.
No, Nick, this isn't a trying to balance out the men versus the women. The thing is that the distances are not that long on the run. So who's going to go faster? Who cares? Like, it's really not that fast. You're really not going that fast.
Yeah.
The burpees will be the burpees. In fact, the women technically have the advantage there, usually because they're shorter. This is why Colton's so good, other than the fact that he's a machine. But shorter range of motion, you're going to get over the barbell quicker on the burpees. So that negates all that. So it isn't a matter of bringing that weight down. Like, it was a mistake that they put that number.
And don't tell me no one's perfect, Ken. I'm not asking you. I'm asking you to just be flat out consistent.
I'm asking you just to use regular CrossFit numbers.
Yeah, I'm not hammering the shuttle run when double unders would have been more fun to watch and do. That's a perfection snobbiness. This is just lazy.
You know, we did a set where it was 3 rounds of 4 minutes. and we had a 3-minute rest in between each one, or in between each group of 4 minutes. And it was 30 seconds, as many clean and jerks as you can get at 135, 95, and as many burpees over the bar.
Ooh.
So you go back and forth, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, like that. And you take your number. Do you think that would have been the same? We would have gotten the same stimulus, or like, do we really even need to have that shuttle run in there? Like maybe like if we just took it out, if it was going to be a minute, then say, okay, minute on, minute off, 6 rounds.
Right. Nick, the women are not going slower with 95. They're going to go faster.
The best
they are stronger than the dudes relative to the weights they use, and they're smaller. The women are going to have more time than the men unless they can't run as fast, and then at which they're even when they get to the burpees. That is not the reason why they did this.
No, that was
this is a flat out mistake.
And the thing is that they have programmed it before.
They just programmed it for 15 reps in the team competition 1 week ago. You guys are gaslighting the shit out of me. No. I'm not reading it. It's funny, I don't read the comments on any show I go on, but on this one, obviously, I'm running everything.
No, I don't.
Okay, to your point, shuttle runs. Yeah, I do think they're necessary to pre-fatigue going in. You could pick any movement they want. They decided to do shuttle runs. I'm fine with it.
I know I'm not saying good, bad. No, it's not even that. It's not even that I don't like shuttle runs. It's not. It really isn't that at all. What I'm thinking of is how much separation are you going to have on people during that time? Like at least with the double unders, like you said, there's an element of execution.
Yeah.
So if you're not wanting execution to be something that's going to knock someone out of contention, everyone's only going to be able to go so fast. Like you don't see people go super fast on shuttle runs. You just don't. So why have it and just let them go extra hard on the things that they can do quickly?
Because if you don't, you're not going to do as many burpees, and now you have to. That's how I see it. Like you have to go fast on shuttle. You have to. If you don't, we're going to lose time.
I understand that.
That just makes.
But how much faster are you going to be able to go on it?
If it's 5 seconds
compared,
it's 500 feet. If it's 5 seconds, you have 2 extra burpees.
No. I understand your everyone needs to go. I get it. Okay. I'm on board with you 100% on that. What I'm saying is, how much distance? Okay, me and you go. How much distance are you going to go? You can't get even if you're faster than me, you can't get up to speed before you have to turn around.
Sure.
So no one even goes full speed. This isn't even like pick a run 200 meters. To where you get to at least get up to full speed because now you get to use your speed. There's no ability of speed. It's like I take 3 steps, I turn around. I take 3 steps, I turn around.
Because the turnaround negates kind of your speed. Right. Yeah, okay, I get it. I still think there'll be enough. I still think there'll be enough time separation just based off effort.
I do think that it does add to the fatigue. I get all that. I understand.
Yeah.
But again, like if everyone's being fatigued, then why not we force them to go faster on the things that they can go faster on?
Yeah. Double unders would have been better.
Yeah.
Because now there's like severe penalties if you can't string them together. And
Nick,
in a minute.
Nick, if you beat someone by 15 seconds on the run, then that person is walking. 15 seconds? Dude, come on.
Yeah. Mr. JR Howell.
Yo, dude.
Love the minimum work requirement so that your workout is over. Yes, I love that. It says right here, finally complete as many lateral burpees over the bar as possible in the time remaining. Athletes must complete at least 1 lateral burpee to advance in the next round.
I love
it. Fantastic.
Not a may.
Not a may. May. Good Lord. Could you imagine? All right.
Say what you want. That's cool.
Say what you want about shuttle runs in that discussion. I still love the nastiness and evenness playing field wise of this one. It might even offset a little bit of that strength bias in the first 3. Because being strong is not helpful here. Not at 135 and 95. We're talking games athletes, people, not you listening to the show. Games athletes don't listen to this shit. They should. But no one's has an advantage cycling 10 reps after shuttle runs strength-wise. It's just pure work capacity and guts And Bill and I love that because it'd be different if it was 10 shuttle runs, 10 lateral burpees over the bar, and then max clean and jerks. Because that can get tiring. That is, okay, do I do 5s? Do I 3s? No. Game planning is over. You have to run hard on the shuttle runs. You have to go unbroken on the clean and jerks. And you have to do all the things that you don't want to do on the burpees because it's just a burpee.
And then you have to lay down for the 1 minute so you don't pass out.
Much Coltmer. You stand there and just like hate rest.
Right.
So I'm a big fan. Anything else on this one?
No, dude.
I'll analyze next week.
Yeah,
It's great.
It's gross and awesome.
What if they program this in the open?
Yes, gosh, dang, please. And for the open, they could have even gone 95-65.
Well, that was my next question. What if it was 95 and 65 ground overhead?
For the open? Yes.
For the open,
yes.
God,
that would everybody moving.
That would be a horrible open workout.
Yeah.
All the elites are like, please don't do that to us. Like, screw you. It's not about you in the open. It's not us. Just deal with it. Sorry you're so fit that it's just absolutely devastating. All right. Event 5. Last one.
Individual semifinal workout number 5 is as many rounds and repetitions as possible in 30 minutes of a 1,000 meter row, 30 toes to bar, and 6 rope climbs. Your score will be the total number of repetitions completed inside the 30-minute time cap. For the official workout description, movement standards, and scorecard, visit games.crossfit.com.
All right. 30 minutes. I'll just be completely personal and subjective. 30 minutes for me, love. Long rows, all 4. Rope climbs, all 4. 30 toes to bar, damn it. And that's just me. Let us see. We got 15 minutes on the first workout. I mean, how fast do you think the second one's going to be? Sub 10. Let's just say sub 10. The third one, Heavy Isabel, sub 5.
Sub 5.
This other one is 5 2-minute intervals of interval work. Now you've got a 30-minuter. We've got a long one. We might have gone the easy route in the world of AMRAP, but at least we're going long and not 20 minutes long. Like this for 20 minutes would suck. Now we're doing 30. It is long. And here's why you could do this. It's an online qualifier. We've been talking about this since the open started. You can do it doesn't matter what you program. Aesthetically pleasing.
Nobody has to move anywhere.
This is probably the best event to judge. All right, all right, is he done yet? Okay, he's off. Now I'm judging toes to bar, which is the easiest gymnastics movement to judge. Yeah. Except maybe bar muscle ups.
Yeah.
And then rope climbs. 1. All right, back to the rower. See you in 4 minutes.
I know the meters bothers you a little bit, but it makes sense to me too. Like they should have gone calories with this just to make it even, because they could have made it look pretty.
Well, I texted guys yesterday. I texted 1,000 meters. All right. What does it say rep wise?
Like 6. What do they do?
I mean, in the open, they did every 10 meters counts as 1 rep. All right. Now, fine. The reason why meters at this distance, I don't like, for the record, I like this as a last test. It's a high volume toes to bar, and that's not going to help your rope climbs. 6 every clip is hard. You've been pulling on the rower for 4 minutes.
Your grip is just blown.
You've been hanging from a pull-up bar for it all messes with each other. 30 minutes of it, great. Let's party. It's 30 minutes. Go nuts.
Right.
Meters, I think, doesn't reward your good rowers as much, just because everybody's going to hold a steady pace and there's not a lot of bang for your buck. Calories, you get more reward for being better at something, just by the way. Like meters is 1-to-1. right? I row this pace, I go this fast. Calories, if I row this pace, I go this fast. If I row this pace, I go. It's an exponential reward when you do calories. And what I was talking to Bill with yesterday, or it was Monday when it's coming out, is like, I think 3.5 to 4 minutes on a row is a really long time to be on a rower that isn't made up as much time-wise and effort-wise on something like 30 toes to bar and 6 rope climbs. 30 toes to bar is going to take a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Way less. Way less. I said 60. Because 60 cows,
that's what I think, yeah,
is going to take 3 minutes. If you're rowing at a 1,200 pace, that's 20 cows a minute, which is not easy to do. I think the women would be 45. And then it goes 60, 30, 6. And the AMRAP is 30 minutes.
Really pretty.
30, 60, 30, 36. It's beautiful. It's even. You have 3 minutes on the row, and then 3 minutes split between the other two movements. The monostructural and gymnastics are half and half as far as effort and time. And it's a bit more balanced versus just the row. And then the row, since it's meters, like, all right, I'm just going to sit at a 150, 155 pace the whole time and just get off. And then go hard. Whereas if like you're holding 1,200 cows, that's not easy to do. It is doable, and you get more bang for your buck versus the person that's just rowing 1,150 or 1,000.
I just don't know. I get confused.
That is a nitpicky thing.
No, well, okay, it is nitpicky. I get it, but think about, why did they have the age groupers row calories?
Or wait, you rode them there. You rode. Here it is again. God, Bill's gaslighting me right now. Teams, 100 cows,
right?
Age groupers,
why?
Cows. The open re-rode cows. Individual elites going to the CrossFit Games.
Exactly. So why? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, these are the questions that I'm like, what? This isn't doing 170 on Fran. Like, we're gonna twist it up on you just a little bit. Like.
Yeah, gotcha. I know you didn't.
Reason why you go meters versus calories. Like, what is your specific reason for making this meters?
And the reason why I love
especially the way it would have looked
is you're going to get more opportunities to finish rounds because you'll be a little quicker, not much quicker, right? We're arguing 3 minutes versus 4.
Oh, okay. And those toes to bar, if you're going to get to the toes bar sooner, those will go way quicker too. So that'll slow things down. Constantly varied. I get it, but come on.
Kind of like our weight choices between men and women.
Come on.
Spin is the ultimate gaslighter.
Experiment. Good one, Griffin.
Yeah. What if this was an 800-meter run? On paper, that would have been great. Maybe not online semifinals.
I'm fine with it being a row. I just
I
don't know why they have it.
A run would be nice because then your upper body pulling gets a break and you can go even harder on the other things. That's one.
True.
But let's just work in the confines that we're here. I think 60 and 45 cows would have really, like, that's when I'm like, this is great. Like, great. So, but I still like it. I like it. It's long. Right. It's just a grind. The total opposite of what they just did with the interval one. Now it's, can you hold this pace for 30 minutes? Physically taxing, mentally exhausting. You're going to get off the rower and like, cool. You're going to get the toes to bar. You're like, God, Dan. First rope climb, like, sweet. I've got 25 minutes left to go and 5 more rope climbs. Awesome. Then get it back to row for round 2. And I'm like, son of a gun.
You know what's crazy is the amount of GHDs you have to do and the amount of toes bar that you're going to get out of this.
Ooh,
like, this is going to be a gut mashing. And then like the rope climbs, having to pull your legs up and doing the kip into that. And your core is going to be crushed after this weekend.
I mean, the ring muscle ups, the back squats, the handstand walk. That's
you're going to be doing your top athletes are going to be doing like 50
overhead lunges. I mean,
wow. CrossFitters have abs, I guess.
No wonder JR likes these events so much. There's a lot of pulling, hanging, and core fatiguing.
Yeah. No, dude, this one's great.
I do. I do. Like I said, I'm being very, very nitpicky, but I'm bringing
whatever
things to the table.
Yeah.
All right, now with what you just said,
Yeah.
fatiguing elements, you can pick any order. What order would you do these in?
My personal order is you must do it 1 through 5. That's my personal order. And I say that because if it's a competition, everyone should do it in that order. I know that that's not the case on an online qualifier though. That being said, I think that again, it's going to be the athlete that has to hedge against their weakness. So the one that is going to blast you out. So like for some, maybe it's the they're going to be worried about the back squats or the pulling that they're going to have to do on the ring muscle ups. So it's like you better get that out of the way first so you can hang with the other stuff. Maybe it's the I think for your your top end athletes, Isabel's not going to hurt anybody. So I think that they can do that one whenever. That actually would be a good break in between some of the longer events that you might have.
Would you not do Isabel first? So you're at your freshest?
If I think that if I needed to win that one, maybe. I think if you're not going to win that, like if you're not one of the top snatchers in the field, then I would use that as a break between. Because like, let's say you do your, let's say you do the first one, the muscle up, no, the shuttle run and the burpee.
Yeah.
And then you end on the long grindy one. Let's say you end on that one because that I mean, I think you're going to be okay on that one. You can hang in there on that one. That one's more not of a power output or you need everything. It's like who can sit
You
in the
also don't
sun
want to do this one twice.
No, fuck no. But you can put the mentally. You can get rid of 3 events with your Isabel right in the middle, and that's like you're knocking out 3 pretty quick. Yeah. I think. So I like that one as a break in between. If it was me personally, my choice would be shit. I actually don't mind how it's set up.
Really?
Yeah. Because I'd want to get the ring muscle ups out of the way because I'd want to do well on that one. I think that would be I think that that's an important one. If you were someone like Colton, I think I would want to do the 2-2-2-2 one first.
Oh, the interval one.
Yeah, because you're fresh and you need all that to make that happen.
True. Workout 4, the interval one would be a great Kill Taylor workout.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. I don't know. I have to sit on this one for a while as far as like actually picking what my order would be. Again, it just really depends on what weakness you need to hedge against and what event you really need to knock out of the park.
Yes. Then for me,
I mean, your best if you were top shape right now, your best event would be event 5, right?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so would you want that first so you could crush it?
No, because I wouldn't need to be fresh to still crush it.
Do you think you'd need to win that one?
Ooh, maybe.
See, that's what I think for a lot of these athletes. I mean, we have athletes that this will be their 3rd attempt already.
True.
They need their home run.
So I would the biggest problem for me would have been heavy Isabel. That would have been the biggest problem for me. I'm not finishing that workout in the time cap.
So then
even at my best.
Okay, so then you put that one last. Because who cares? If you're not going to finish it.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking I definitely wasn't going to do it first. So for me, whenever I do a strength event, I like doing something heavy and fatiguing to just loosen up my everything.
Okay.
So for me, doing event 1 before I did Isabel, so I'd say maybe I'd do those in the same day, possibly an hour or 2 apart. That's what I would do.
Okay.
The first event I would do probably by itself on day 1 would be workout 4.
That one is a day all by itself.
Yeah, that'd be a solo day, but one that I feel like I may need to repeat based off some pacing challenges, because that's the one where it's worth repeating just to get 2 more burpees.
It is. The problem with that one is it will feel the worst, and you will know exactly how bad it feels when you go to repeat that one.
I get it. I do.
You know what I mean?
And then day 2, then I would do event 1, so back squat, muscle ups, then heavy Isabel, then GHD. And in that same day of GHD,
you would do GHD and toes to bar back, like right back?
No. Then I would probably repeat 4 again. And then, well, here's the thing. I'm repeating 4, knowing what I got per round and what my goal would be. And if I'm not there, then I'm stopping.
Okay.
Right. Like I've already got 1 in the bank. I've got 2 days of rest. And then the last thing I'm doing is going to be the 30-minuter, because I'm sitting on the rower for 1,000 meters.
I know.
Well, however I feel coming in will be gone by the time I'm off the rower.
You're right.
Toes to bar, I'm doing sets of 5 every 15 seconds the whole time. And then I'm just climbing, and then I'm getting back to the row.
So I see the tempo very similar between like 1 and 5. Like you can only kind of go so fast. And
CrossFit Funnel call. Bill, I saw a CrossFit Inferno coaching schedule. How do you coach so much and keep chasing line?
I don't sleep a lot. I don't sleep a lot. How about that?
Man of many talents.
I think that like those two events are interesting because it's just one of those things where it's almost more important about not how fast you're going, not how many unbroken you can do, but how little rest you are taking. So it is like the classic short sets, short rest.
Yep.
Consistently. Like they're even though like the time frames are different, the movements are different, like the strategy on both of those is eerily similar, even though they're stark different.
So like the 30-minuter, I'm holding a sub 2-minute pace. Like there's no reason to go that much faster.
Right.
Sub 2 minutes, easy. And then 5 every 15 seconds, I'm done with my toes to bar in less than 90 seconds. I go back to the rope and do 1 every, say,
20
10
or 30 seconds. 20
seconds?
On
the rope?
20 seconds? You got 30 minutes.
No, I'd probably just pick the same pace.
You think 1 every 10 seconds?
No, maybe 15. 1 every 15 seconds. It's not legless.
I know. I just think that's like your hands just came off the.
But I'm only did 5s. Like my hands are fine.
I know. Well, okay. Even still though, third round.
But then I go back to the row and I just sit at a 2-minute pace again.
Okay.
I'd rather get more time on the other things than have to row harder. I'd rather row
without a doubt. The 1,000 should be like that's an act of rest.
Like
anyone that looks at the row like they're trying to make up tempo,
right?
They are losing.
Like I'm gonna row, let's just say a 2-minute pace. I'm off the rower, fresh as a daisy in 4 minutes. Maybe I'm starting toes to bar at the 4-minute mark.
Okay.
Versus say rowing a 150. Oh, I got 20 seconds on them. Great. Now I have 2 other movements to make up those 10 seconds. And I have 30 toes to bar to do it. If I just shorten my rest period 1 second faster than you, all right, I've already made up 6 to 8 seconds on toes to bar. Not trying nearly as hard as I would have rowing a 10-second faster 1,000-meter pace for 1,000 meters.
Right. No, I agree.
And then on the rope climb, like there's time gets away from you, and they're like
that's what I mean.
One little fumble thing with your feet, and I'm like, all right, all your road time is worthless. But if I can stick to a good,
think about it, chalk time,
right?
Because like, you take a couple extra swipes of chalk.
And guess what? Rowing faster is only going to make those other things slower. 10 times harder.
Yeah, totally.
So I'll row slow, toes to bar, quick sets, push the rope climbs, then I'm back on the rower like for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to row with my hips and ass anyways.
Right.
To hold a 2-minute pace, I can row 20 strokes per minute without my feet in the straps and barely use my arms to hold a 2-minute pace. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Or lose 10 seconds on transition. Yeah, Matt. Long story short, Bill, do I play this again?
Hallelujah. I mean,
thank you guys for
I don't
stepping
know
up the
what
program.
took you so long to show up.
Bills
I
been
don't
waiting
know
for
who
this
you
since the
had
games
do.
last year.
I don't know who. Can you please contract out whoever did this to your other divisions so that it's not, and I'm talking the open and everything else in
Yeah.
between. Like, great job, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know what took you so long.
Yeah. We'll analyze this, but athletes will kick things off Friday. Is it Friday, Saturday, Sunday that they have to get these done?
Yeah.
They can test them now, but they can't.
Oh yeah, they don't get the password until.
Yeah, they don't get like any of their.
Is it Friday or is it Thursday? You get the password on Thursday, I think.
Let me see. Let's see. Game season schedule, semifinals, individual in person. Nope. May 1st through May 4th.
That's Thursday.
So yeah, so tomorrow.
Yep.
So action will kick off. We won't see any of it. The leaderboard will not be available. Oh yeah, Steven, the whole clickbait title could, because after watching Rich's podcast, he's not doing these.
No.
But could, now given that like, he has a knee thing going on, but Rich is like he could qualify for the games right now, I think. Squats and ring muscle ups and handstand walks at 275. Wheelhouse. GHD sit ups and overhead. Have you seen? I gushed over Justin Medeiros'. Have you seen Rich's overhead position? Did you see his midline madness or midline march, whatever it was?
Yeah.
All right. And now you go to the Heavy Isabel. The guy pioneered the damn event. The only reason why Heavy Isabel exists is because of Rich Froning. Heavy Grace is Rob Orlando.
Yep.
And then in the interval one, he's not going to enjoy that, but he's not going to be bad at it. And he's going to be the best in the last 2 rounds anyways. And then a 30-minute of rowing toes to bar and rope climbs. Yes, Rich Froning is qualifying for the CrossFit Games if he wants to. He just has to destroy his right knee in the process.
It would be the Scott Panchik, like you make it there and then you get to the games, your knee just blows out.
I think Rich Froning right now, I legitimately believe this in my heart of hearts, and maybe this is just me being a nostalgia CrossFit Games guy. If Rich just made the back squat one last, I think Rich could be in the top 11. He's not going against just look, Mertens is out, Hatfield is out,
Yep.
Roman is out. So there's 3 guys out of the mix. Who else is qualified? Nobody from South America. Moritz. Nothing against Moritz, but like he's not beating Rich.
No.
And those are 3 guys that could beat him. Now they're out. So yeah, okay, who else is, let's just assume people are doing this. Jason Hopper, Dallin Pepper, Justin Medeiros, Jeff Adler. I'm going to like hurt people's feelings. James Sprague. There's 5. Like, Did you see Jenny's in here? Jenny, your video is great, but you calling Moritz fiber or
Fiber.
the whole time was hilarious. I almost commented on your video. But I was like, no, I'm not going to be like that. I've said names wrong. God, when I go to Europe, just good luck. Gosh, who am I? Vellner's out. Fikowski, yeah. There's 5 right off the bat. 5 off the bat, top of my head. Who in Europe? What male in Europe? Let's go Australia. What's the little guy? The guys that were there last year. Oh my
Jake?
God. Jad. And then Jake's good. Bailey.
Yeah.
Squatting.
Yeah.
Bailey Martin. There's 7. Yeah. Anybody?
God, that is that embarrassing?
That what? That I don't remember these people?
No, not embarrassing on you.
Daniel? No. Ricky. Yeah, Ricky's
embarrassing on our field.
Dude, no, I'm comparing you against the Rich Froning.
Oh, I understand that, but I mean,
okay, we got Ricky, so there's 8. I'm trying to see. This isn't the full leaderboard because people will register when they submit their scores. We won't be able to see it until Sunday, anyways. Jack Rosema, no. Alex Atulis, no. Ricky Garrard, yes. There's 8. Sam Cornway? No. Thanks, everything? No. There's Adler. I'll think it's done.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I see it. It's crazy of how good that dude still is.
Oh well, no. He's amazing. I mean, without he's.
I legitimately think, without being a homer, Jay Crouch. Sorry, Jay. My bad. But I'm putting you as beating Rich, so I hope you. I mean, who else that we see at least on here? No.
Steven, yeah, I'll be at NCC.
Bill will be there. Bill will be at NCC's, and he'll be at Syndicate as part of the coverage team there. I'll be at TFX Invitational. So if anybody's coming, please find me. Has Jay Crouch qualified yet? No. Well, they do have Torian coming up. I mean, all right, I've got 8.
Dang, that's crazy. I think it's wild.
Huh?
It's wild.
Koski? No, Koski's not beating Bill. Koski just got finished
dude.
Wadland or Wadfest. Wadland Fest. Anybody coming to TFX? Come find me, please. Dance, are you coming? You and your Houston crew? Which I didn't know you're in Houston. And I didn't know you're part of Overtake. Are you Greater Heights or are you Overtake? It looked like you're Overtake. Yeah, that's all I got. All right, team. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, CrossFit. My God.
Thank you, CrossFit. Congratulations. Roy said this on Rich's podcast what if these were the in-person semifinals? And then throw in one more. Throw in the bike bar muscle up one. That's the finale. What if that was the 6 that you got to watch in person? Yeah, Overtake 13 years. That's right. Me and Marco go way back. Coppola.
That's crazy.
That dude's got wonderful hair.
I think that they would be, obviously the row one, you'd have to change that up a certain way to make it look a little bit better.
First of all, you do 60 cals.
Yeah.
You put that as event 1 on Friday.
Right.
I mean, with
could you do podcast. It? Yeah, it would be. They would be great. I mean, and I mean, we already know. We're already saying about how great these things are and how they're sticking together. We haven't even analyzed it yet. But no. I mean, right off of looking at it.
Yeah,
man, it'd be awesome to see these.
Okay,
and I think it would have gotten the right people because we have the right weights going.
It won't, except for one, but yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
The one, yeah, it's not outing anybody. We're just annoyed that it was lazy. Okay, so do the 1, 2, 3 format. Day 1, row, whatever. Not many people are there anyways.
Right.
Now day 2, what do you do on day 2?
I
kind of like event 1 and 3. Or sorry, 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
But then that would leave the interval 1. No, put the interval 1 on day 2. And then put the back squat 1.
The back squat 1 is the
Friday night one. No, well, I was gonna throw in I love the bar muscle up bike one.
The mayhem one. Okay.
It doesn't affect anything that we've had programmed here.
No, not at all.
So interval 1 to start off day 2.
Actually, that's an event that, like, if we were going to pick it, it needs to be in here because there isn't like a high power output.
Right. I mean the interval one, but
the interval. Well, but I'm talking like machines and like where it's a one shot deal.
All right, just a beefy a beefy Sunday because we're doing 1 event on day 1, 2 events on day 2, 3 events on day 3.
Yeah.
What I would kind of like is the first 3 are a bit of a good, balanced, decent test so that after 2 days going into the next 3 on the final day, which those are pretty balanced too, is you almost can see the picture forming already. This is a long one.
5, 1, 3, and then 2, 4, and the bike.
2, 4 bike.
Or 4, 2, and then the bike.
Now, I want to put 4 on day 2 because I don't want 2 power ones on the same day.
So let's go 1. You want 1 and 4?
Let's go 1. Or sorry,
5 on 1 on day 1.
Day 1 is event 5.
1 and 4 on day 2.
Interval 1 to start day number 2, and then finish with the
muscle up,
back squat muscle up. That'll be a great Friday night or Saturday night event.
Yeah.
And then day 2, you start with GHD lunge, heavy Isabel,
and then the mayhem
bike, and then that's a crescendo of intensity.
Yeah. Oh, that would be cool.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, folks. Wishful thinking. That would be a great semifinal to watch.
Yeah, it would.
Nice. All right, gang. We'll be back on Friday. We will analyze the programming of Wadland Fest, where there were 7 events, none longer than 10 minutes in length, as a foreshadowing of our biased feelings going into it, but we'll get in more detail as we go. Someone said we should change the scaling and grading because what if there's 15 events? I was like, well, if they screwed up all 15 events, enjoy your negative score. We are not held responsible for your shitty programming. I'm not saying Wadland Fest was. I'm just saying assuming the event had shitty programming.
Right.
Because the teams we gave what, a 2.9 and there's only 5 events. I was like, yeah, that's how many misses were there. So
it was bad.
Yeah, but this one was good. I can't wait to see. We have more time to look at it. But we'll be back on Friday, same time, same place, and we analyze the programming of the Wadland Fest. CrossFit, thank you. Well done. Good luck to everybody this weekend. We'll see you guys on Friday.